Hello, my name is Deborah Porter. I am with Community School 53 Alumni Investors. Today, I am with Mr. Linwood Roberts from the University of Buffalo. And Mr. Linwood was a Community School 53 alumni as well. So we're going to have him talk about what his experience was like when he was at School 53. So Linwood, share.
It's pretty open-ended thing. Do I have a time limit on this? I could go on and on.
Well, no, we'll give you about 30
when
seconds.
referring to School 53. First of all, thank you for speaking to me about School 53. I graduated School 53 in 1987. If you do the math, you'll know my age, and you will need to do the math because I won't tell you my age. First of all, the first thing to answer your immediate question, what School 53 meant to me, 53 was a high school to me. It was really a friend of mine that I grew up with, Antoine Strong, actually referred to as 53 High, and that name kind of stuck, and that the faculty and the teachers and gym teachers, the students, the parents of other students, your parents, it was a big family, if you will, really a huge family, and that there's many times I can tell you that teachers would discipline me, we'll use that, the PC term, discipline me, and by the time I got home, there was not a matter of telling on my teacher to say that this person disciplined me. I would actually get another discipline because the teacher had already gave a phone call to the house already, or actually physically visited the house because the relationships were that tight. I mean, this is a grammar school that I went to from 2nd grade up into graduation 8th grade. I still have those lasting friendships from the individuals that were in the same class with me. I can go on all their names. We stay in touch now with the social media. Actually, I'm back in Buffalo now. Because I left for a short period of time, and I'm back now. We actually rekindled all our friendships. I don't like to say rekindled, but because they never died down.
Okay. Well, let me ask this question. So when you were at School 53, what were some of the things that you did as a student? Mm-hmm. What kind of activities did you actually participate in?
Quite a few. It's funny you say that, because some were going to get me in, got me in good crowds, meaning the cool crowds, and some kind of got me in the nerdy crowds, if you will. So, the nerdy ones, starting with those first, which were probably my favorite. I played the clarinet in the band, the flute a little bit, but I actually geared towards the clarinet a lot more. I was actually in some production and plays, Broadway plays, where I actually went out in the Main Place Mall to participate. We had to cross schools at 38, I believe, on the west side. I was on a softball team, and I was on a basketball team, and I was the leader of the class clowns, if you will. I was a silly kid in school, but always was on point in terms of school. And 2 people in that class, actually from 2nd grade up, myself and Willie Pugh Skeeter, who's very well known in Buffalo now. We were running neck and neck in terms of who was the funniest person in school. So we always were there for class amusement, if you will, and cafeterias and things of that nature. So that's my own activity I added, actually.
Okay, and so those are all the in-school activities. We're planning a trip for Washington, D.C. for the students at School 53 now. Did they have that kind of thing going on when you were going to school, and what do you remember about it?
First of all, absolutely. We traveled quite a lot, and we were just discussing, classmates of mine now, we were just discussing some of the trips we took. I couldn't go to every last one, either is because of financial or just was involved with something in terms of my family, but I can tell you right now, the school trips we went to, the earliest I can remember was I was in 3rd grade. We went to a summer camp, away for the entire summer. And I can tell you many stories about that, of losing shoes and clay mounds and falling in mud packs and things of that nature. But that was just one thing that we did. I mean, our school went to Japan. Our school went to Washington, which you say you're planning now. We went quite a few places. And I was kind of disheartened to hear that those trips actually stopped taking place at School 53, and I'm glad I met you, that you can tell me we can try and do something, that we can move forward to try and get these back on the table again, because to me that was one of the biggest things at the School 53 was traveling around with your friends, and our friends was, I'm adding in that the teachers, those are our friends as well, if you will.
Okay. And last question, when you went on these trips, what was your experience coming back from the trip? What did you learn on the actual trip?
The biggest thing I can tell you is, the biggest thing I learned is there was something other than Buffalo out there. That's the biggest learning tool that I got. And then subsequently later on in my life, that traveling that traveling at School 53 kind of sparked me to travel more in my own life, and then I started learning more about the vast world that we live in. So there's certain things just that you pick up from travel and tourism that you would never learn in a school or in a book. And School 53, I gotta say, actually helped me with that. There was a catapult that actually going to the Marine Corps, travel more. So to answer your immediate question, Deb, the first thing you learn from that coming back is there's something other than Buffalo out there, and that's the biggest learning tool you can get.
Fantastic. So that concludes our interview with Mr. Linwood Roberts from the University of Buffalo today. Thank you.